welcome back to my channel. My name is Nelsie. I am a certified personal trainer and a certified nutrition coach. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about how to lower your body fat percentage and lose weight. So if you guys have seen my most popular video, which is my back workout, where I talked about how important a calorie deficit is in order to achieve those results that you guys see in the thumbnail. So that has not changed. No matter how many times you do this routine, if your nutrition isn't on point, you're not going to see the results that you want. So we're going to be talking about, I always tell you guys that you need to be in a calorie deficit, or everyone tells you how to be in a calorie deficit. I mean, that you need to be in a calorie deficit, but no one tells you how to put yourself into a calorie deficit. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking it down just a little bit. If you want an in-depth, detailed breakdown, then you would have to go on my website and fill out the form so that we can work together, and I will give you your nutrition. I will provide nutrition advice for you and also calculate your macros and your calories for you. So today we're going to go over it briefly on how to put yourself into a calorie deficit and how to track that so that you can obtain those results. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you want to do is, when you want to lower your body fat percentage, is write down your goals. So right now, let's say you weigh 280 and your goal weight is 150. So you want to write down your goals and what you would like to achieve within the next years or coming. Okay, and notice I said years and not couple of months, couple of weeks, because weight loss takes time, and everything you do, anything that you do fast, anything that you achieve overnight will come right back. You will gain it all back. So we want to take our time into losing weight. So how you put yourself in calorie deficit? Once you figure out your goals, you figure out what you want to do, you need to know how many calories you need to be consuming and how many calories. We're not going to worry about how many calories you need to burn, but really the main focus is how many calories you need to be consuming. So what you want to do is, below I will link a calculator in the description box that you can go into and put in your information, and it will give you an estimated calorie deficit that you need to be in. So what you need to do, once you put yourself into calorie deficit, into the calculator, you're going to put in your age, how many times a week you're working out, if you're sedentary, if you're working out 4 or 5 times a week, you're going to put in all that information. Once you put that information, I think you're putting your height. So, and if you know your body fat percentage, that helps even more. If you don't know your body fat percentage, what you can do is purchase a smart scale from Amazon, or you can go to the doctor. I believe some doctor offices, they have these smart scales that they can put you on, and it will give you your body fat percentage. If not, if you don't have access to either one of those, you can Google body fat percentage, and there's a way you can kind of tell your body fat percentage by looking at pictures of people's body fat percentages, and you can base and be like, oh, I kind of look like this. So it's not accurate. It's not accurate. It's probably not even close to being accurate, but it gives you an idea of where you might be at. So you can do that. So once you figure out all that information, you're gonna go ahead and click calculate, and it will give you your calorie deficit number. And that number is what you're going to follow for a period of time. It could be 4 weeks or 8 weeks, because your calorie deficit number will change as you see progress. It will change. So once you figure that number out, it will also give you your macros, I believe, or I can link both calculators, a macro calculator and a calorie deficit calculator, that you can use to put yourself into both of those. So once you figure out your calorie deficit, you're going to follow those numbers and eat and track and measure and weigh out your food to get as close to those numbers as possible, because most of the days, on average, it really takes what you do on what you do most consistently. So if you follow it 5 times a week, and then 3 times out of that you goof off or you're just slightly off, your body will take account on what you do most consistent, and that is how you will see those results. So once you figure out your calorie deficit, you're going to eat based on that, and you're also going to be strength training. You have to strength train. So all those HIIT workouts that you're doing, all those body weight workouts that you're doing, none of that will help you see results pretty fast. So the reason why is because when we lift, when we do resistance training and we're in the gym lifting weights or at home lifting weights, what happens is your body tears down these tissues, and your muscle tissues, they tear down. And 48 hours to 72 hours later, your body has to repair those tissues that you broke down at the gym. And doing that, your body's using energy. And the energy that your body is using is burning even more calories to repair those muscle tissues. So that's why us as fitness professionals are always telling you guys, you have to lift weights. Because yes, when you put on muscle, you do burn more calories, and that is why, because your body has to work harder to repair those tissues. Versus when you just do cardio, you spent 45 minutes on the Stairmaster and you burn 200 calories. Once you step off that Stairmaster, you've only burned 200 calories. You will not burn any more after that. But once you've lifted weights and you've done some resistance training, once you stop, your body will continue to burn more calories because it has to work harder to repair those muscle tissues. So that is why we recommend you guys to do some resistance training, because it works, okay? So yeah, so we're gonna go to the gym. I hope I answered some of you guys' question. And if you want, because we're also going to be working out, so I don't want this to be an entire video of me talking, because I know you guys don't like that. So I hope I answered your questions. If not, let me know in the description box below so that I can make a video of just me talking without the working out part. So, and also I saw a lot of your questions that you want to know how to lose the fupa, the stomach fat. I got a little bit of stomach fat. You want to know how to lose all of that. So, calorie deficit and strength training. Now, I did say that sometimes you might put yourself in a calorie deficit and you still don't see results. So what happens is, once you have been eating below maintenance, because a lot of you guys will eat below maintenance because you think this is what you're supposed to be eating to lose weight, so you'll be eating about 1,200, 1,500 calories a day. That is really low for a lot of people. For a lot of women, 1,200 calories, 1,500 calories is way below maintenance. So what happens is, when you're eating that little bit of calories, your body tends to adapt to how much you're eating, and you are not going to lose weight. So the longer you stay in a calorie deficit, your body will adapt to that amount of food that you're consuming, that amount of energy that you are consuming, because food is energy. So once your body adapts, you're not going to lose weight at all. Your metabolism will slow down, and you're not going to be burning as much. Even in your workouts, you're not going to be seeing any results. So what you need to do is try reverse dieting. I'm not going to go too much into reverse dieting, but if you want to because honestly, I don't know that much about reverse dieting. I would have to do a lot more research, because I am currently doing reverse dieting for myself, but I've hired someone to help me do that. So if you guys do want me to make a more in-depth video about reverse dieting based on what I've learned from my registered dietitian, I can give you guys some tips. Now, so the reason why you're not seeing results in your calorie deficit is because you probably need to try reverse dieting. So before we go to the gym, I'm going to show you guys women's best new energy drinks, and I love them so much. So we're going to take one, and we're gonna take one, and then we're gonna go to the gym. I'll be right back. So I'm sipping on this one right here, right now. It is a peach mango flavor. It's 0 sugar, and it has 10 calories. Now, if you're sensitive to caffeine like I am, you might want to just have half of it, because that's what I'm gonna do, because I cannot drink a lot of caffeine. It'll give me a severe headache. So, but if you're not, then drink the whole thing. But it tastes so good. It's so good. So they're also coming out with the orange slushy by Vicky Justice. I think that was it. So the orange slushy, I have tried this one. I don't remember what it tastes like, honestly. I tried it a couple weeks ago. And then I love this flavor by Chrissy Cella. and it's the raspberry grape. So they're coming out with these 3 flavors tomorrow, August 30th. So you guys get your hands on them. I'm not sure what the price will be, but if I don't put the price on the screen, then you guys can go to womensbest.com and purchase one of these, and they will also be available at Walmart. So I'm really excited. This is Women's Best first energy drink, and if you're not one of those people who like to dry scoop or take pre-workout, you definitely want to try one of these. All right, so let's go to the gym and kill this back workout.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place, 'cause I love you.
We're beginning today's workout with 4 sets of pull-ups, as many reps as you can. Now, if you're not able to perform pull-ups on your own, what you can do is use the assisted pull-up machine, which is the one next to me, to help you do your pull-ups. Now you do as many reps as you can, whether it's 1 rep, 2, just do 4 sets of as many reps as possible. And remember to do full range of motion, which is going all the way back down and all the way up.
All day long, your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling.
Next up, we have Pendlay rows. Now with these rows, they're not just like your traditional barbell row. You're going to pull the weight back, squeeze those lats, and you're going to slam that weight back on the floor and explode back up. So you're going to be using a lot of power to do this exercise. So I recommend you start with the lower weight like I am, and then you add on some more weight as you go through the reps. And I did 4 sets of 8 reps. For the first set, I had a lower weight on the bar, so I did as many reps as I could just to warm up with the movement. And then as I went, I added some weight and did 8 reps. Next up, we have one of my favorite back exercise, which is the lat pull down. I'm using a wide grip attachment for this. You can use whatever attachment that you have available. Now for this, as you can see at the very top, I'm extending and getting that extra range of motion. And as I pull the weight down, I'm squeezing my lats. And for this, you want to make sure that you are controlling every single rep. You want to make sure that you feel every single rep. So we don't want any sloppy reps. So use a weight that you can perform all 12 reps with good form.
I'm digging you, you make me believe your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. All day long, your love is one in a million. It goes on and on.
Next up, we have a superset. So the first exercise in the superset is a head supported bent over row, and you're going to be using a dumbbell for this. And as you can see, I am pulling the dumbbells back and my elbows are going straight back, not out to the side. And then right after that, you're going to superset it with some dumbbell flies. So the same thing, you want to make sure your head is supported and you want to fly the dumbbells out and squeeze those straps together.
That I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and then every day. All I wanna hear is an ever since I replay. Sit right next to you.
Moving on to the seated row. Now this same thing applies to the lat pull down. You want to make sure that you're extending and getting that extra range of motion and squeezing your back. And for this, and as for every single exercise, you want to make sure that you're using your mind to muscle connection and not to be distracted looking around the gym. Just really focus on every movement, every rep, making sure that every rep counts so that when you do a workout that you make sure that each and every exercise is effectively working. lastly, we have a standing cable lat pull down. We're going to be doing 15 reps of this, and you want to have a slight hinge in the hips, slight bend in the knees, and slightly leaning forward. And when you pull back, you want to make sure that you are squeezing your lats and not your triceps. So your triceps tend to want to take over in this exercise. You will feel them, but you should be really feeling them in your lats and not so much of your triceps. If you notice, during some of these exercises, the last few reps that I'm performing are kind of hard, and that's because your last few reps, last 3 or last 4 reps should be hard. So if you're doing all 10, 15 or 20 reps, how many ever reps you're doing, and you flew through those reps easy, you need to up the weight. It should be harder towards the end of every single exercise. All of your last few reps should be harder. So we're going to end this routine with some sprints. So we're going to be sprinting 10 times for 10 seconds. And we're going to be resting for 45 seconds in between each sprint. Before I start, I'm just going to loosen up my body, loosen up my hips, and do some dynamic stretches. And then I'm going to start sprinting for 10 seconds and resting for 45 seconds. And as I went through my sprints, I either upped the speed or lowered it depending on how I was feeling. Here I was running at 10 miles per hour. And then I rested for 45 seconds, and then I upped the speed because it felt really slow. So just really do what feels right to you. Don't go too fast because I am. Don't go too fast because the next person is. Do what you want to do. Do what you can do, because you don't want to fly off the treadmill. So take your time and learn what speed is best for you. That is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button to let me know. And if you tried this routine out, please let me know in the comments down below how you liked it. And I do recommend you doing this routine at least twice a week for 4 weeks. And if you do, to get some good results, don't forget to take a picture and send it to me on my Instagram at @itsnelsie. And I will see you all on my next video. Bye.